Imagine if you could bring things back to life with just one touch. From Miss Wilson's 5th Bell AP English class comes an extraordinary story in a small hamlet we know as Mason, Ohio.
So you bring murder victims back to life, you ask who killed them, you touch them again, and they go back to being dead?
A modern fairy tale with love, magic, and a little imagination.
Well, if I did, someone else would die in their place.
It's very noble of you.
What the? Am I dead?
Oh, sure.
The health break's over? Thanks, bud.
So I can hug you? Give me a hug.
You touch me.
So kiss is out of the question?
But also with a twinge of evil. Something is rotten in the pie hole. The recent and unfortunate death of a one Mr. Hamlet has thrown the once proud pie shop into the heartless ownership of his brother Claudius. The two brothers, aside from the crucial difference of being alive and dead, were a money-grubbing miser to an honest man, but only Mr. Hamlet's son, the similarly named Hamlet, can see the difference. This is Hamlet. He is a supremely good pie chef and deeply loves a good monologue.
Okay, so I'm making a pie, because I'm miserable and this is how I cope. Right? You know, this is probably the last pie I'm gonna make at this place. Well, I mean, this place as it was, before he changed it. This restaurant is still Dad's restaurant. The pie hole is still Dad's pie hole. But tomorrow, he'll come in and change everything. What if he just baked my head into a pie? That'd show them. They'll probably serve it up anyway. They don't care about Dad dying. I need more flour.
But Hamlet had no idea that what he was about to find was far more shocking than a bag of flour.
Ah! Oh. Dad! Oh. Dad, you're dead. What?
Hamlet, is that you?
Oh my God! I went to the funeral. They buried you. I thought you died in a car accident. What are you doing in my pantry?
Does it, son, does it look like I died in a car accident?
The facts were these. Papa Hamlet was 56 years, 17 weeks, 4 days and 32 minutes old when he experienced a great tragedy, his own murder. You see, Papa Hamlet was killed by his conniving brother, who chose, of course, to kill by chubby Bunny. And thus, Claudius gained control of the pie hole.
Uncle Claudius. Oh, I knew it. That's why he took over the pie hole. It's Uncle Claudius, right?
Son, you must avenge me.
Wait, Dad.
At that very moment, Hamlet heard a door creak open. Another person in the pie shop at this hour.
Son.
Wait,
Son. Save the pie hole.
Sorry, Dad.
And Papa Hamlet had been alive for 15 seconds shy of 1 minute. Any longer, and someone else would have had to die. In this case, Hamlet had to choose between his father and his best friend.
Hey, Hamlet, are you in there?
And despite feeling guilty,
I've got work to do. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark.
We're not in Denmark.
Right, I know.
the next day, as Hamlet devised ways to reclaim the pie hole,
He's great, isn't he?
another was devising a clever way to reclaim the
I don't know
crush.
if he's right for you. I mean, I'm saying this as your friend. I'm only looking out for you.
Meanwhile, the rot was getting a little more rotten.
Hamlet's onto us.
We have to get rid of him.
This they would do through his love, Ophelia.
I doubt this Hamlet boy's commitment. In fact, I doubt he even loves you at all.
If he was truly enamored by you, he would tell you why he wants to keep his father's pie shop, this pansy little store.
Ophelia, you have to give the pie Hamlet made you back and your badge. No, guys, be reasonable.
You see, dearest, if you pretend to leave Hamlet and he protests, or even if he doesn't, well, I'm not quite sure how, but somehow we'll know if he loves you or not, and why he won't frickin' give up. Quick, I can Hamlet coming.
Oh, Ophelia, I need to talk to you.
You can't touch me. What?
Fair nymph in thy horizons.
Hamlet, wait. This is my badge and my apron. Just please take them.
No, I didn't give those to you.
Please.
A1 Peter J. Singh did say that poor Hamlet's actions are motivated by the sense that she has already betrayed him. Poor unfortunate child.
Hamlet, you know right why you did. Please. And with them words of so sweet breath composed, has made the fixed marriage. My perfume's lost when your father died.
Oh, I see. Since my dear Uncle Claudius turned the pie hole into a money-grubbing enterprise, you don't want to work here anymore. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. Why don't you get these sweet sensations?
Hamlet.
I did love you once.
Indeed, my Hamlet made me believe so once.
Oh dear, I knew this would happen. As G.N.R. Brooke would have said, Hamlet is projecting the disgust that he feels at his mother's sexual sins onto the innocent and unpainted Ophelia. But these poor youth have not discovered the notion that Hamlet, by ordering Ophelia to sweet sensations, is actually suggesting a kind of love that makes Hamlet wish to preserve Ophelia's goodness untouched.
Roll a mess. You might as well go work for sweet sensations.
Oh, what a noble mind is overthrown. Oh, sweet heavens, help him. I know I've done a wretched cause this. Oh, woe is me, what I've seen. See what I see. Ugh, good riddance.
Our dearest Ophelia, the poor girl's constant love gives positive counterweight for the audience. And while the pie maker was making his pies, he was planning an audience of his own. He was thinking of a scheme that would give him proof of his uncle's crime. Little did Hamlet know that the scheme of his would give him the confirmation that he needed, but would no doubt hurt some feelings along the way.
Oh, well, hello, friends. Hey, Ophelia. See how cheerfully my mother looks? My father's died within 2 hours.
It was 2 months.
Speaking of death, I heard a story about Mrs. Gazago down the street. Well, the funniest thing happened. Her and her husband had just finished a romantic dinner, and she kissed him goodnight, and then she went to go do the dishes. And when she came back, she found him dead. Oh, and it gets better. Can you believe that Mrs. Gazago married his murderer?
I mean, I'm sure she was lonely and...
Of course, no, of course. It's perfectly understandable for a woman to abandon the memory of her first love for the first man who dotes on her. In fact, I would almost go so far as to call her a whore.
Hamlet, please.
Oh? Are you supporting Mrs. Gazago's decision?
Hamlet, stop this.
Just like a woman. Isn't that right, Ophelia? You can never count on a woman's love. What about you, Mom? Don't you think you remarried a little soon? Turns out, his brother killed him.
Sweetheart?
If you'll excuse me. Right.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Hamlet couldn't help but smile an evil smile, for he got the reaction he wanted. And as Hamlet smiled, Ophelia sank, pondering the meaning of Hamlet's behavior.
Oh, my head is spinning.
Bologna, whose poor head was spinning as she tried to make sense of the information she had so covertly obtained, went back to the kitchen to gossip with Gertrude.
Claudia, quick, hi.
Oh, hey, Mom. I thought you got home.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever. Let's see.
Poor Bologna, whose inconvenient infatuation for the pie maker and precarious proximity to some moldy mozzarella would destine her for a tragic fate.
Oh, where's my food again? How old is this cheese?
At this time, Polonius was 25 years, 3 months, 47 days old, and not a day older.
So, anyway, that thing we were talking about with Mrs. Gonzago and the marriage.
Hamlet!
The cheese, on the other hand, was now 9 months, 17 days, and 7 minutes younger.
What do we do now? You just squashed your girlfriend's best friend. This is terrible.
He really wanted to say if he hadn't been so socially awkward, and if he hadn't been wondering why Polonius was comparable to cheese, was...
Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry his brother.
But all he could sputter was...
At least I'm not you. At least I'm not you and married a money-grubbing man with high pants.
I had to secure the financial future of the pie hole. Besides, he's your Uncle Claudius. And for the record, I really don't care if he's considerably uglier than my dead husband. He loves me.
It's not that, Mom. It's an unholy offense to a dad's name, if nothing else. And come on, I know you don't love him. Look at him. And I know you're not one for moral standards, but come on, assume a virtue if you have it not. You shouldn't use people like that for money.
Why not? I mean, Laertes is using Ophelia to get to you.
What?
Why do you expect me to be perfect? I'm not perfect, and I know Claudius isn't perfect, but neither are you. You know, you should really read these self-help books sometimes. It's really good for you.
Maybe I should. I mean, I just squashed Polonius.
Alright, well, come on. Let's get this cleaned up. I won't tell anyone if you don't. I mean, we'll just say she,
ate some bad cheese. Some moldy, rotten bad cheese.
I like
All
that.
right.
Come on.
Does that mean Ophelia might still love me? I have to go talk to her.
Later that day, our dubious king arranged a business meeting of sorts with his flustered friend in fiendhood, Laertes, a rendezvous to take place, if you will, in the king's personal throne room.
Oh, God, there's something rotten in this bathroom.
This, she would find out, was more true than she could possibly have known.
Never mind that now. Listen, Laertes. Okay, you've got to trust me. The guy who's slain your father actually pursued my life instead. Oh, we're in the same dung heap, you and I.
Oh yeah? Then why don't you do something about it?
2 reasons. First, Hamlet's mother loves the boy. And I love Hamlet's mother. Second, everyone else loves the guy. If I kill him, everyone else is gonna hate me. Oh, this one's bad.
So what? My father's dead and my sister's nuts. And of course you were too cowardly to do anything about it. My revenge will come.
What? Listen, Laertes, I love your father. We love ourselves. Now, don't think that I'll not avenge your father's death.
Claudius? Claudius, honey, are you constipated again?
No, Gertrude, I'm fine. And no, don't touch the X-Lax.
But as Gertrude leapt, she couldn't have known the ghastly news that she would soon have to report. Poor Ophelia, when she discovered that the only best friend she had in the world had disappeared. No, not him. Yes, that's it. Anyway, the girl had never seen death and disaster before, aside from her own.
Never seen so much death and disaster before. I mean, it wasn't a death, but for all I know, it could be.
She had collapsed in the middle of making a brilliant new
So
pie
he's dead.
when she realized that...
Not alive. Then that must mean Hamlet's not alive to make Polonius alive. I'm not smart enough for this.
She was now reaching her first stage of death, isolated here drawing flowers in the flower. But at that very moment, Hamlet was on his way to salvage what he could.
Ophelia!
For Ophelia.
Ophelia!
You're alive. Hamlet. Wait, where's Polonius?
Wait, let me explain.
Wait.
Oh my. Ophelia has reached Miss Kubarosa's final stage of death.
I know.
Acceptance.
Yeah. Well, Hamlet's on his way back to the pie hole right now. You'll have your revenge as long as you follow my command. Got it?
We'll spring a trap for Hamlet. Okay. We'll just let his ego take over. I hear you're a good chef. We'll arrange for competition for you two. You won't be able to refuse.
Yes! To cut his throat in the kitchen!
Crap are you doing?
Claudius! Claudius! There it is. Oh, I have horrible news. One boy got the treadmill and healed another. Ladies, your sister's dead. She drowned.
So while the pie maker was out, Laertes slipped some X-Lax Max into the pie maker's pie and waited for the pie maker to return. With Laertes standing there and smiling like an idiot, Hamlet was suspicious of Laertes' intentions.
No, I'm just here to catch up. You know, I've been gone for a while and you're my sister's boyfriend, so have some pie.
But while he sat there and stumbled with his words, he decided that Laertes was not smart enough to come up with such a scheme. But nonetheless, he would not eat the pie until he saw Laertes eat some first.
I heard you were there when Ophelia died. Why didn't you save her? Did you even try to save her?
It was then that Hamlet realized that he had misjudged the fool after all.
So you wanted revenge?
First my friend, and now my sister. I never knew someone's heart could be so cold.
A rolling pin? You think you can beat me with a rolling pin? Yeah, it slacks. There it is!
Hi. Hey, here, honey, have some.
Laertes!
Hamlet, honey?
Oh, this one's bad. It's sad that it all came down to.
Sadly, as Peter Seng would say, the lives of all the characters seem to have been infected by Claudius's original crime. Even underneath the beautiful crust, you never know corruption, and a little magic can bring to light.